been busy working all night, and I'm telling everybody I'ma get it right. They know what I'm living like. I've been busy going all out, and I'm telling everybody I'ma.
All right, good morning, everybody. 2:47. Today is the 10K Razz. Phil Hellmuth won a Razz tournament, came second, and another second, I think. And before that, I mean, everyone must assume that he was no good at Razz, but clearly he must have done something right to do so well. So I don't think Razz is one of my best games, but I have a decent understanding. I mean, I'm good at it. I just don't think I'm, you know, like one of the top players in Razz. Of the 8-game mix, it's probably one of on the weaker side. I have improved a lot in the last year and a half, 2 years, just doing a little bit more homework on different situations, but I still find myself in spots where I'm not exactly sure if I should continue. I think most likely in those spots I should continue to do what I do, which is fold. But anyway, Razz, if you haven't played it, check out my How to Play Razz video on my YouTube channel. I've got a video for all the different formats, and you can check that out after you watch this one. Razz works like this, you know. Ace 2 3 4 5 is ace is a low card. It counts as like a 1. All you got to do is get the 5 lowest out of 7. Pretty simple, right? So yesterday I screwed up on Twitter and I made up. So someone asked me a question of like, do you think it's more difficult to win a 1500 with 2,000 players or a 10K with 200 players? And my first instinct was like to try to explain that like, well, 10Ks are tougher because the players are better, right? But obviously I made a mistake in the way that I phrased the tweet and everything that I said. So a lot of people pointed that out and I owned it. You know, you make a mistake, you say something you're not supposed to say. That's how you do it. You own it. So what I said was it's much easier to win. It would be easier to win a 1500. Now it's not easier, but Matt Glantz of all people, Matt Glantz was my communications director on this one and rephrased it a lot more in line with what I wanted to say, which is that in order to win a $1,500 event with 2,000 players, luck plays a much more predominant role. In a 10K with 200 players, skill is going to be a much more predominant role because the players are more skilled and it requires a certain level of ability in order to win one of those. So apologies if I offended those people. Now, that ties into the whole World Series of Poker thing with the Player of the Year, and a lot of people just kind of like, I'm just vocal about this stuff because I care, all right? I want to win the World Series of Poker Player of the Year, and so when I see things that don't equate right or I don't think are necessarily best from a fan perspective or for what's best for, you know, the grind. Like, I personally think that having the World Series Poker Player of the Year be full of, you know, be like at least have like a lot more names that you know rather than a lot more like Colossus players. I think that's overall better for the World Series Poker brand. Not to say that low-limit players who play small tournaments shouldn't have a chance to win Player of the Year. They absolutely should. But if you look at the standings right now, you have a guy who had 1 cash. He won the Colossus, right? He's ahead of everybody else, and he's ahead of Fabrice Soulier, who has a 3rd and a 4th, and 2 other cashes. He's ahead of James Opes, who has 4 cashes, myself, and others. And when you look at the formula from that perspective, you think, okay, well, yeah, sure, it was a lot of players in that tournament, but it was one specific result, and it probably weighed a little too heavily, is all I'm saying. I think previously, the point structure system was probably too heavily favored towards the 10Ks and higher buy-in events, and I think they've tried to fix that, but I think that they've went a little bit too far. The other bone to pick I have is they really screwed me for sure. Like, it's hard to debate that the way they factored in my points from the tag team makes any sense. So what they did was they count how many points, so the 10K buy-in, how many points was 3rd worth in the 10K tag team, and it comes out to about 106. So then they just divide the points all 4 ways, right? Well, that seems logical and fair, except, I didn't. If 4 people or points are getting cut, then the buy-in should be cut. So 4 people didn't put a 10K buy-in to win 29,000. 4 people put up 2,500 to win 29,000. So if this whole thing is based on ROI, right, return on investment, my investment was 2,500 to win 29,000, not 10,000 to win 29,000, right? You can't cut the points in 4, but not cut the buy-in in 4. So, you know, Jessica Wellman and Lance Bradley, they broke it down, and it costs me about 58 points based on what I probably should have got if they would have done this properly. And 58 points is a lot of points in the system, but we're gonna get that out of our system because we got work to do. You know, I got to roll with the punches as they come. You know, I think it was a clear error on their part in terms of the way they calculated it, but such is life. Sometimes, you know, things don't go your way. You have to keep a positive attitude and continue to focus on doing what you're doing, and that's me winning World Series Poker Player of the Year for the 3rd time. I ain't mad at nobody, but they definitely made a boo-boo in this one. And, you know, a lot of people make very good points about the tag team in general. Should it even count? Because should someone get like 50 points for playing like one round of a tag team? And I get that. So in the future, maybe the tag team shouldn't even count for player of the year or something along those lines. Having said that, if I would have known all that, guess who would not have played the tag team event? Yours truly. I would have played the other events that I missed because I was busy playing in that. So anyway, it is 2:52. Time to buy in, jump in for 3 p.m. Razzle Dazzle. Let's do this. So this is the famous Alan Kessler. So how did you learn how to play Raz? Well, how'd you learn?
I watched your video, of course.
How to Play Raz.
Yeah.
By Daniel Negreanu.
Yeah.
On YouTube. Check it out.
Exactly.
How many caches you got so far?
1 measly cash.
Hey, buddy.
I got this guy. You're going to be the second best Daniel Raz player at the table.
Whoa. Firing early. I like it. Let's go, Rich. Let's do this. So we're doing a 1K last longer. This is the man that claims to be the most trustworthy member of the tournament. Keeping track there, bud? How many we got? Okay, we'll get a bunch more. This guy right here, he developed an app from scratch. He taught himself how to program. Taught himself from scratch and made a Run Good app so you can track your poker results. Check it out, Run Good, right? Yes. It's expensive, right? Well, what is it? 15 bucks?
$17.99.
$17.99.
One time fee though.
What's that?
Complete this side.
There you go. Run Good. Yeah.
Run Good, one word.
Greetings.
Okay, so pretty annoying first 2-hour start. This is the worst start I've had in any of the tournaments. Lost half my stack, pretty close, like 30,000. Very last hand before break. I call a guy down, really light. He has deuce 3-4 jack showing. He bets the river. I call him with a 10 in Raz, and he says, "You got it, I have a jack." So I turn my hand up, and then he goes, "Oh, no, actually, wait, I have a wheel." Okay. He clearly thought he paired, so the call feels right because he thought he was bluffing. Yeah, so we lost that pot. We still got plenty of chips though. Just, I've been really starting hot in all these 10Ks, and this is the first time I've had some early adversity, so we'll just right the ship real quick on the next couple levels. But I once did a video game thing in a Best Buy for Stacked, and I showed up and it was like a signing thing, and there was like 4 people in line. It was just like, oh man, you're like such a loser.
That's tough.
A little bit of a shit show start for me in this Raz tournament. I've been to bring in a lot, the high card, that's not good. But the good news is I still got like 30,000 in chips. But yeah, definitely, it's been a struggle so far. It's gonna be an important next 2 levels. Yeah, sure. This guy, I called him with a 10. He said it's good. 10 is good. And said, oops, no, I'm sorry. Actually, I have what's known as the wheel.
No, I said it's a jack wheel. I said
Jack
I have a jack.
wheel. You said a jack,
wheel.
you're good. And then all of a sudden you scrambled your cards around and you had a wheel. somewhere in here. I don't know. Hand delivered. It's out. It's official. Poker Brat. Hand delivered. I like it.
Yeah, I mean,
Are you over there signing autographs for the people?
Worked my ass off on this book, Daniel. You're on the front cover and the back cover somehow.
Look at that.
What's going on here?
The story of the world's greatest poker player. Forward by Daniel Negreanu. I love it. If you put a picture in there, make sure it's one of the ones where I have a lot of hair. Not those old ones with the frosted
I know we
tips.
worked on that for you. I'm really excited. I just saw this book for the first time at 7 p.m. So
yeah,
it's
so
just out
them.
today.
Very cool. Are you going to play this? Are you going to grace us with your presence in this Raz event?
I'm going to try to play great Raz and see where it leads.
Okay.
You never know.
Yeah. All right. You'll be doing better than me. Right off the bat.
Two first and a second.
So Phil's not buying himself in the Alan Kessler 1K. But Eric Seidel knows a good deal when he sees it.
I'm a very lucky Raz.
Very lucky Raz.
This is Raz.
It's Raz. We're playing Raz, just for the viewers at home.
I was raised in the days of MySpace and screen names. Back then when I was only worried about my top friends. Now my circle is getting smaller, all these people acting fake, man. And to be honest, I don't even have a top 10. Me against the world.
Okay, so, well, we made it through level 6, but we have less chips. We had it back up to about 30,000. Sitting on 9,400 now, which is 2 big bets basically. Gonna be playing 2 and 4,000. Phil Helmuth sat down at my table, and he's playing a very unique form of Raz. He's playing like a lot of hands. Like it goes raise, call, and then he's like just coming in there with a 10. He's limping with 9s and 10s, and in Raz, you know, obviously the stronger hands are like 3 cards to an 8 or better. But Phil's in there gambling, and he has less chips than I do. But he was playing the last hand before break, so he may not be there when I leave, when I come back, or he may have doubled up. We shall see. But I'm grinding. It's been a really frustrating Raz tournament. Raz is a lot about stealing and re-stealing, and I really haven't had any situations to do that, you know? I've had a lot of like king-queen in the hole, I've had a lot of pairs, and just really not a lot of opportunities to maneuver, but whatever. Just gotta get lucky at this point and do the best we can.
Been the truest dude back since I was shooting hoops. No issues, you know what I
Monster.
Phil is winning because he's trapping you, huh? That was a sick trap with the deuce jack queen. He was trapping you the whole time. Deuce jack queen. You're trapping him, Phil. He's Raz trapping him.
Well, if you would have seen my hand, you would have agreed that I was.
I believe it. I believe you, man.
I know. I want a skeptic. I want a skeptic right up my left. But I haven't done very well against you so far.
Deliver dope lines just like the post office did. Whether it's on the track or streets, I keep it authentic.
Okay, so that's that for the Raz tournament. I had it back up to about 20,000, 16,000. Picked up deuce 4-5 in Raz, which is a very good hand. Got re-raised by ace deuce 6. By 5th Street, I had ace deuce 4, 3, 5, 10, and he had like a pair of 4s and a ace deuce 4, 6 draw. So pretty close hand. He made a 6 on 6th Street. We were already all in on 5. I bricked out. So it was a very frustrating tournament for me. I really almost felt like I wasn't even dealt in very much because I didn't get a lot of hands to play. Didn't have a lot of steal spots, as I said. And it's the first time really in a 10K mixed game or whatever that I didn't double my chips. I was never ahead. I never got over the 50K starting stack. I just lost from the get-go. So 6.5 hour day. I have to really like cherish the rest time though, because as you guys know, you saw how the week went. There was like bagging and tagging every night. So a night like this, I gotta look on the bright side and realize that, okay, I get some rest. Now the difficult part is scheduling and figuring out what I'm gonna do. I do have a soccer game I could play at 8:20. Problem is late reg for the triple draw is 9:45. So that would be a very tight squeeze for me to play soccer, drive to the Rio, and jump in last minute. So I think tomorrow we're gonna chillax, maybe head to the gym a little bit, get the haircut for sure. It's getting nappy. I might have Marissa do it, because I'm not doing lines. We've already established that. So then I might just sit by the pool a little bit, because I'm not showing up for these 1500s on time. Sleep in, It's just so tough to figure out what to do because like there's a $1,500 triple draw, very good game for me. But then the very next day is the horse, 10K. So, you know, you could in theory say, oh, maybe I should skip the 1,500 to play the 10, but play the 1,500, go all night, play the next day. If you make it to the next night, you're down to like 15 players. So if you have to skip the horse, it's like not the end of the world, right? So I don't know, but I think, yeah, I'm leaning towards, I like triple draw, it's fun. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the day to just relax tomorrow, show up around level 5 for the triple draw, and yeah, just give it another good old college try. So that's 2 weeks into the World Series of Poker vlog, y'all. Little lull. We haven't cashed in 2 straight tournaments. Oh my goodness. I think we're what? We've cashed 4 out of what's got to be 9 or 10 now. It's a good percentage, but we've not gotten the bracelet yet. That's coming. See y'all.